Hi friends, today I'm going to do 3 DIYs, mostly from Dollar Tree items, and they're all pumpkin related. So cute, easy, and fun to do. If you like videos learning how to do easy DIYs on a budget, and I invite you to subscribe. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoy this video, and definitely leave me a comment and let me know what you think. So let's get started.
Hi, I'm Lisa Marie, and welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life. We can live our best life doing whatever makes us happy. I hope you'll join me.
Fall DIY number 1. For this DIY, you'll need one of those plain Happy Thanksgiving pumpkin signs from Dollar Tree, some Waverly chalk paint in ink, and some Folklore metallic silver and also in white chalk paint. First thing I'm going to do is I want to get rid of those glittery letters that say Thanksgiving on the faux metallic plank. So I sanded that off, and then I used my handy little LADYBUG vacuum to clean up my desktop. And I'll leave you the link for that in the description. It's from Amazon. Now I'm going to tape off that one plank that is in the faux metal because I want to get rid of that extra shine, and of course I sanded it. So I'm going to do the faux aged metallic look by putting some little drops of black and white and the metallic silver, and I'm just going to keep going over it and dabbing it very lightly, having very little on my brush the whole time until I get that look that I really want, and then it'll look like aged metal, and that's what I'm going for here, not the shiny. I'm going to cover that with a little bit of the matte Mod Podge to seal it so that I can write something on it later with my paint pens. Now I wanted to remove all of the other paper on the top because I didn't want to do that design, and I came up with this trick, not sure if it's original or not, but use a little bit of painter's tape over an edge. It starts peeling it right up, and that way it's even all the way across, and it worked so well. So if you didn't know that you could do that, now you do, and you have to spend all that time trying to peel it off. Next, I used the color Plaster in Waverly chalk paint as a primer, since I didn't have any, which I need to get some, to go ahead and paint the rest of those planks, including all the way to the top to the stem. And I'm just doing this to give it a nice light background for all the other colors that are going to go on it later. I'm going to try a technique that I saw on a channel called Chalk It Up Fancy, and they are excellent teachers over there, by the way, so I'll give them a shout out. And they put some kind of like a textured type of a fabric that had a little bit of, not holes, but gaps in the design, and they put it over wood planks, and then they kind of stippled over it. Now, I think that where I might have gone wrong on this, because I do go wrong, is this particular lace that I used might be too fine. I think I need something a little heavier and with a little bit of bigger gaps, so when I ripped it off, I was expecting to see more of the white. But I did get a really cool texture out of it, so live and learn. I decided to dry brush it with that plaster color, and that way it did give me what I was hoping for, a little more. I'll try it again on another project and see if I can do it right the next time. And now I'm just using a little bit of the Waverly antique wax to create my stem, and also go through and just distress the edges of each plank a little bit with a dry brush technique, where you put a little bit on your brush, wipe most of it off, and then kind of drag it across the edges and over the middle, just subtly. And now I'm going in a little darker to create the stem. I'm going to seal the entire pumpkin with the matte Mod Podge so that I have a nice smooth surface, but not too shiny. This little metal leaf left over from a project I did in my last video, and it was a very shiny metal, so I did that faux aged metal technique on it so it would match the pumpkin. I used my hot glue to attach the leaf to the top by the stem, and then I made a little teeny raffia bow out of the Dollar Tree hula skirt to finish that part off. And the last thing I did is I got my Arteza paint pens out. I chose to use black. I decided to write pumpkin spice. Now I'm still trying to learn how to write in a kind of a pretty calligraphy way, which I am obviously still working on, but I'm a huge pumpkin spice fan. I've been drinking the creamer in my coffee every morning, so I thought that would be a lot of fun to have something that said that. Are you a pumpkin spice fan? I've noticed people either are or they're not, so let me know in the comments which one are you. And that finishes off this project. And I have to tell you, I really love it. It's so cute. And I love the little hanging planks. Fall DIY number 2. For this project, I used 2 of the Dollar Tree splatter screens and some fabric that I already had at home, and then that hula skirt again, and hot glue, and some leaves that I also got from the Dollar Tree. Once I decided which fabric I did want to use, I opened that up and I traced the circle part of the splatter screen twice so that I had one for each, and then I hot glued it around the edges to the actual splatter screen. I positioned the 2 splatter screens so they overlapped and brought the 2 handles together, and that's going to be the pumpkin stem, and then I hot glued the pieces that were touching together. In order to highlight the indentations that make it a pumpkin, I used my nautical rope and I hot glued it around all of the edges and then both of the other edges that kind of are in the middle of the pumpkin. You'll see. I'm going to wrap this same nautical rope around the 2 handles to make a pumpkin stem. And then I'm going to take some little pieces of jute twine that I just had left over from trimming something, and I'm going to create a little bit of a frayed top so it looks a little more stem-like, like a dried out stem. And then I come in with my Waverly wax paint in antique to just kind of make the stem look a little darker, and I'm going to use some of those Dollar Tree leaves, make a little leaf arrangement on the top with hot glue, and then I'm going to use my raffia, or actually hula skirt, and make a bow. I had some lace laying around, so I thought I'd just use that to kind of spice it up a bit on top of the raffia, and I really liked the way it turned out. Super cute. And then I made a little hanger for it in the back with some more of the rope and more popsicle sticks. And here it is. How pretty is that? Oh my gosh, I really love it. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. I love that fabric so much. It just screams kind of fancy fall. Fall DIY number 3. For the final project, we are going to do another one of the splatter screen pumpkins. This time I'm going to use that lace that I used earlier on the first pumpkin. So I'm going to follow the same steps, cut out the circle, but this time I thought it might be easier to just glue the piece on and then cut around it once it was attached. And I was right. It definitely was easier to do it this way. I was going for more of a farmhouse look on this one, so I used some beads that I purchased from Amazon. You get quite a few, a lot of different sizes, very reasonable price. I'll try to leave the link in the description for you. And I watered down some of that pumpkin Waverly paint, and I put the beads on a skewer stick from Dollar Tree, which makes it a lot easier to paint them. And I went ahead and I painted them with that watered down paint. I started off with about 32 in each of the colors I'm going to use, and I did end up having to paint a few more just to finish the outline of the pumpkin. Then I did some in the plaster color to create the lines on the pumpkin like I had done with the rope on the previous one. The next step is I assembled the pumpkin out of the 2 splatter screens like I did before, and I hot glued them together, and then I'm going to take those cute little beads that I painted and I'm going to hot glue them all the way around the edges to create that outline of the pumpkin. I just wanted to take this time to remind you guys that I am on Instagram and Facebook, and you can find me there under Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie, and I'd love to see you there. It's easier to chat, and it would be super fun, plus you might get a sneak peek of what's coming. I'd also like to thank you so much for watching my videos and supporting me and encouraging me. You guys are really the best community of best lifers, and I appreciate everything you do. In keeping with that farmhouse theme, I'm going to lightly dry brush the antique Waverly wax onto all of the beads and then wipe a little bit of it off just to give it a little bit of an aged look. And I think it really looks great like this. And then I actually go back again with that orange paint and the plaster paint because I go back and forth till I get the color I like. And that's the thing, you can go back and forth until it looks exactly the way you want. There's no right or wrong way to do this. For this pumpkin stem, I'm going to use some of the jute twine, which is a lot smaller, and I'm going to wrap it all the way around the handle and hot glue it. I'm going to add a few more of those leaves from Dollar Tree and also a little raffia bow, again out of the hula skirt. I had picked up one of those little thankful signs with a light in it from Dollar Tree, and very easily the words come right off the front of it, and I went ahead and painted it with the watered down pumpkin paint, and then I also dry brushed that and hot glued it to the center, and that finished off this project. I love how this came out. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And here they are all together, and they're just so fall and festive, and I love them. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to give this video a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's free. And also, definitely leave me a comment and feel free to share the video. I'm trying to grow my channel, and when you do those things, it really, really helps. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend and enjoy yourselves. Get out there in this fall weather and make the most of it. And I will see you next time. Bye.